to handle the new season that we're in, how to handle the new you, how to handle familiar situations, how to handle unfamiliar situations. I see you, Wisdom Family. So if you would like to come up and be a co-host or be a guest and share information to the audience and all the platforms that we're on, feel free to do so. Everybody will be able to hear you because I have all the streaming connected. So I love my Wisdom Family because they always give great insight and good input when they come on as a guest. But anyway, and I want to let everybody else know that on any other platform, if you have any questions, put your comments, in the feed, or you can request to be a guest. But we're talking about how to handle the new you. This is EP 105, and we're on season three, as I had expressed before, and we're talking about how to handle the new season that we're in. And I'm excited about the new season because there were, to be honest, there were different seasons where I was uncomfortable. Things were unfamiliar, and I didn't think that things was going to take off the way that they were going to take off, and it was just unfamiliar. And I'm sorry, Instagram. I forgot I had my Bluetooth in, so everybody can't hear if they don't come up. So let me take this off. So anyway, I'm back. I'm back. I hope you guys can hear me. Oh. So yeah, so talking about I was talking about myself a little bit, you guys. I was talking about how in different seasons of mine, there were things that I was uncomfortable with because it was unfamiliar. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I'm pretty sure that's normal for a lot of us. We wasn't sure what was going to happen on the other side, but that's how we know that we are in a safe place. That's how we know that we are in the right season and that we're in the right time and right season of our life because it doesn't feel good. And we're not sure what we're supposed to do. We're scared to move. It's like we're standing and we're stuck in one place and we're scared to move, but something is pushing us forward and telling us go because we know that we must change and we must move from season to season because if we don't, we're going to stay in that same place all the time. And if we stay in that same place all the time, and then we won't never grow, right? And I know that, most or if not all of us have been there. And so this season in my life, and I could just attest just a little bit about myself, is that I'm excited about the season I am. Was it always easy? No. But in this season, in this month of November, it's an excitement to me because I feel like that I have came to the end, of the rope and I'm finished and I don't have to hold the rope anymore. I can let go if that makes sense. Um, I feel like the triumphs and the tough spells and the rough bumps in the road have gotten smoothed out, and we come to a season and we come to a place in our life where we're jumping up and we're rejoicing. And even though we did accept those challenges, because we still have to accept the bumps in the road, we still have to accept the rough bruises through the process, through the transition. But while we are accepting that, it's like when you get to the end of the thing, it's better. And it's like you really can embrace fully. It's not that you didn't embrace during those seasons, during the progress or anything like that. But it's nothing like when you get to the end of the thing and you're like, okay, I made it. I made it through the real times. I made it um, through my distractions. I made it through all of that because we go through all of that. We go through seasons where we're not doing anything for weeks. I know I've had to do that, but that was more of like my resting space too, where I kept pushing myself and I was doing more than what it was expected. And I had things in place, in my business or vice versa, or whether I was working on something, like I had things in place, but I just kept pushing myself to go over and beyond. And yeah, we want to do that, but then at times we want to take time to rest. We need space to just rest and just to mellow out so we can come back with new ideas and so we can revamp on different new ideas and different things that we need to revamp on because we don't rest. And then how can we find out something new? How can we realize if we need to change something, update something, remove something, add something if we don't take time, you know, in our resting space, if that makes sense? And so those are, I mean, I've had to do, all of those things. And it's like now, it's like, oh wow, at the end you get a relief. You get a relief. You get to sit back and you get to be like, well, I've done that. I can check that off the list. I was able to mark that off, and I was able to get more than enough done. So now I can sit back and rest because guess what? You can say, hey, so now I can get people to help me while I sit back and I run the most important part of my business, or whether you're doing something else, whether you're working a 9 to 5, or whether it's something that you're doing for your family, or whether you're in school getting another degree, or whatnot. It's like, hey, I've done this, I've done that, I'm ahead of the game. Now I can rest, now I can rejoice. Now I can finally say, I can have that woosah moment and say, I finally did it. And that's why I say, when you get to the end of the thing, it's better because the different seasons that you've been through was not so easy. But this season in your life, you can rejoice. And I have to say, for the month of November, for me, it has been great. Um, just coming into November has been just so relaxing. It's been a relaxing phase for me. It's been a resting phase for me. And it's been a joyous phase for me to know what's going to come. I'm not even waiting until 2023, you all. Like I told you all earlier and yesterday when I was going live, like, I'm not waiting for 2023. I'm embracing today. I'm embracing now. And I am looking for today, and that's it. And then tomorrow, I can embrace tomorrow when tomorrow gets here. But there are things that are in my path where I know that I'm going to rejoice before 2023 gets here. Like, why do I'm? Hey, look, hey, we're living for the day. We're embracing the day. So hey, it's like, oh, I'm not going to wait until January 1st get here because guess what? We gotta wait till January 1st get here. So it's like, go ahead and celebrate your newness, celebrate your season, and that's why this the topic tonight is, how do you handle it? How do you handle the new season? How do you handle the new you and the person that you're becoming? How do you do that? And I know, like I said before, that some of us may be uncomfortable and some of us may not know how to handle certain situations and may not know how to handle certain things. But you got to be available. You got to be receptive, and you got to accept the fact that this is something that I've always wanted, and I don't know what your want and your desire is. I only know what mine is, but I'm pretty sure you all have desires and wants, and you have things that you are wanting to get off the shelf and complete, and you have that mindset to do that. Maybe you did the work, maybe you have started doing the work, or maybe some of you have not, done the work yet. But if you have not done the work and you know it's in you to do it, and then I advise you to start. I really do advise you to start. And so, to be honest, we have to embrace the season that we're in, and we have to love the season we're in. We have to respect the season that we're in because it's not always easy. Um, Hold on, Instagram. So you guys, I'm streaming every platform. So let me just take a little pause because my Bluetooth keep going. Okay, let's just take this off. All right. So yeah. So yeah, so what I'm saying is just embrace where you are. Embrace the season and love the new you. Some things that you wanted to change about yourself. Some things that just wasn't so good, and you like, oh, I don't like when I act like that, or I don't like when I talk like that, or I don't like when I do that. And so, guess what? It's up to us to make those changes. It's up to us to step out of the old place and to step into the new place, because we won't never grow and we won't never find out what it is and how we are to be that new person until we step out of the old place into the new place. And so, just accepting the fact of, like, how am I going to handle the new season? Even if you're not excited right now, get excited. I know on the other side you're wondering, what if, you know, what if this goes wrong? Stop saying, I said this before too. Stop saying, what if this goes wrong? Stop saying that. Stop thinking that. Sometimes we don't have to say anything out loud. We can just think it out loud. And if it's already in our mind, we're already thinking it. We don't have to say it out loud because it's already in our mind, it's already in our heart. So stop saying, well, what if this? What's on the other side? You don't you don't know what's on the other side, because guess what? You too scared to move. And it's important for us to step out of the familiar place where we're at to step into something unfamiliar. And when you are afraid and when you're scared doing something is when you know that you're in the right place. That's when you know that you're in the right place. That's when you know you should be moving. That means you know when you should be exercising and something different in your life. And so you just got to do things scared, and you just got to move out of your comfort zone. That's something that I had to do. Moving out of my comfort zone. Um, Still staying consistent. I talked about consistency yesterday, you all, and it's something that we still have to do. Like, I have to stay consistent. You have to stay consistent even when you don't want to. Even when you feel like things is not taking a turn for the good. Guess what? When you think that things are taking a turn for the worse, it's not. It's really taking a turn for the good. And that's something I had to learn as well too. And that's something that we have to really think deep. We gotta think deep, and we gotta think things in a different way. Think things, strategically. Make sure that we are learning from our different thoughts and from our different mindsets that we've had in the past and different seasons. And we're like, hey, let's do something new. Let's try something new. Don't be scared to try something new, because that's what you're supposed. And even if you are scared to try something new, guess what? Try it anyway, because you're trying to step out of that old place and be better in that new place, be better in the new season that you're in. And you never know what doors are behind the new season. The new you don't know what the new doors are behind the new you. And that's something that I had to realize too. And I'm just excited for what's going to take place before December the 31st, 2022. And you should be too. And I have to tell you all this too. Like, for the last week, I've been revamping things. I've been writing things. And the things that I've been writing in my quiet time, not just my personal journal, but my business journal, my future journal, it has I would sit there and I'd be like, I can't believe that I'm writing all this. But I was speaking things into existence, and I had a feeling, and I know that I had a good feeling that these things are getting ready to come into play. They're getting ready to come into pass, and I have to be ready. So me writing the vision down, me revamping these things, me putting things down and putting things in the forefront that I didn't even think that I was going to do. But my mindset shifted somewhere along this past week, and I've been a brand new this whole week myself, you all. Like, I have been a brand new person this whole week. And guess what? I have been loving it. I have been doing different things that's not only helping me, but helping my clients, helping others, helping close ones. And we all have to get to that place where we're happy and we're loving the new us, and we're loving that we're loving the person that we're becoming each day. And so, you all, now I want to open up the floor to anybody who would like to come up and share and talk about, you know, how you are embracing the new season that you're in and what you are looking forward to. So feel free to request to come up and share and embrace, you know, your new season and how you feel about it, whether you feel good about it, whether you're afraid, whether you feel timid about it, because you never know that there may be someone that needs to hear, your experiences. And so I want to leave the floor for you all to come up anytime. But I hope me sharing just a little bit about myself really encourage you to figure out, if you have not thought about it, how am I going to handle the new season that I'm in? Am I going to embrace it gracefully? Am I going to handle it? Am I going to handle it in a negative way? Is I'm going to handle it in a positive way? Will I accept the new season that I am in, or if I don't? Because if you don't accept it, you still going to be in the same season of your life if you don't accept, if you don't embrace the new season. And there are some of us like me that, like I said, this season of my life is joyous for me. Other seasons was not, but I still moved. I want you all to get this. Even in the seasons where I was not comfortable and I didn't understand and I didn't get it, I still remained I still remained moving in that season, and I still stayed consistent and I still kept going. But like I said earlier, I still took time to step back and step into my resting place because I knew that there were places where I needed to rest because at one point I was doing too much. I was pushing myself harder than usual, and I had things done. I had things on my list that I had done. Like I had overachieved, my list, and there were some things that I was still waiting on because I needed to actually add other resources too. So that's why that resource was lagging because I needed to add another resource to that. And there were some areas in my life where I had to wait on that resource. And I felt like, oh, well, I could have probably got this resource before. And I had to learn to stop beating myself up. So I do want to say this too. Do not beat yourself up because there's a lot of things on your list, and they may be one or two things or some things that you just can't get to in that season. But don't beat yourself up because on the next season and on the next go round, you can put that in and you can work that and you can make progress to it. So don't beat yourself up about everything that you think you didn't scratch off because I had to realize that there were some things that I needed to check off my list that I didn't. And sometimes we have to go back and we have to reassure ourselves of giving ourselves a pat on the back, giving ourselves a hug, telling ourselves that like I'm proud of the new you. I'm proud that you did embrace the old you, but you left the old you there and you moved into a new season. And I definitely feel like that is going to help you along the way in each season that you go to. Give yourself credit. I talked about this earlier this year during this summer. We don't give ourselves enough credit. And there's a lot of you that need to give yourself more credit than you realize. Some of you all have not even given yourself an ounce of credit, and that's not fair to you. So you need to embrace the new you, embrace yourself, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a hug, and tell yourself that you are proud of you. That's what you need to do. And I know you all on each platform, you may be listening behind behind the scenes or just popping through and seeing the video. But give yourself grace. Give yourself enough credit. Give yourself enough, build your confidence up to know that, you know, you've achieved goals in your life. You've achieved goals through the season that you're in, accomplished any, whether you accomplished the goal that you wanted to or not, there is still some things on your list that you have achieved, that you have accomplished. There are some recognitions that you have not even recognized yourself for, and you need to do that. And it starts now. And I'm challenging you all. I'm doing a 21-day love challenge, and we're on day 4. I want to say, yeah, we're on day 4, and because we started on Monday, I did a 21-day love challenge. And if you want to sign up for that, and if you want to get the templates that I made, and if you need to say, hey, Karen, I just want to talk to you one on one, that'll be great. But if you want to just do the work on your own, because at the end of the day, you still got to do the work on your own, there are ways to reach me. Inbox me, let me know. But there's so many things that I've been revamping and I've been doing. And like I said, not just for me, but for others. So I'm saying, give yourself enough credit, embrace the new season, embrace the new you, embrace who you are, love yourself every day. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, the 21-day love challenge is about writing and embracing the new you, writing something down that you love about yourself each day and why, whether it be flaws and all. Because we got to keep in mind that we may have flaws and there may be something different and unique about us, but you love that person. You love the person you are, and you also love the person that you are becoming. And so I want to say, give yourself credit. Give yourself enough credit and look for new things to come into play. Don't wait until January the 1st, because guess what? We got to get there first. We got to get to January 1st, 2023. What do you want to happen? What do you want to make happen new for yourself in this month? Because we only worried about November, because it's November the 10th, 2022. What do you want to see happen? What do you want to make happen? So I encourage you all to do that. And like I said, if you would like to talk to me one on one, there are ways to get in touch with me. And so, you all, with that being said, that is all that I have, and I hope that this really helped you all. And again, I'm going to open the floor. I do not want to end while I'm live on these streaming platforms. I want to open up, the floor to anybody who would like to share. That's something I always do. And if you think of something later and you don't want to share now, you can message me on any platform if you think of anything. But I really hope me sharing my thoughts with you all really help on tonight. And thank you all for your support for the Stay True podcast. Thank you for sharing out the feed. I think every guest, every co-host that has came on the Stay True podcast have came on the business podcast and really shared their expertise and thoughts, and just because we have fun, even though we're transparent and we're real and we talk about life. We talk about life coaching, health coaching. We talk about um, um, other real conversations. We still have fun because we know that if we don't stay true to ourselves, and then guess what? We can't stay true to nobody else, right? If we don't stay true to ourselves, we can't stay true to nobody else. And that's our new slogan. If if like for me, if I don't stay true to Karen, guess what? Karen can't stay true to nobody else. So I really hope you all enjoyed this episode, and we will be back for a another episode on next week. If you have not checked out the latest episodes, please feel free to do so. We will be doing something special this month. This month is birthday month, November. So I will let you all know ahead of time what we're going to do special on the podcast. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for sharing and for your likes. and we will see you again on another episode. So you all have a great evening, and we will see you next week. Bye.